Hey guys, welcome to Heart Academy. This is for help for the winter break work, and I'm going to first show you where your assignments are, just in case you haven't figured out how to log into them, and to look at where your assignments are that are due during the winter break. But of course, as you know, I miss you very much. Sorry I wasn't there the last couple of days. I need a bit of a break, but I feel much better. Went back to work on Monday, and I saw the nice gifts that were left for me, and that made me feel really good. So I thank you guys very much. I love the bread, and the chocolate bread. Wow, that was pretty cool. The fudge, and I had candy from Kais before I left. Thank you, Kais, and letting them know you love the bread, the honey. The gift cards are nice, the fudge and chocolates and the cookies and yeah, everything that I love. So I appreciate that very much. Nice hand lotion with some lip gloss. I love that stuff too. And so I felt really special about that, and I appreciate all the gifts that you all have given me. So here we are with the Learn Bob, and I decided to go ahead and start with the multiplying decimals, just in case if you're not familiar with multiplying decimals, or you need a refresher on how to multiply with decimals so you don't get so many bobs. And I'll help you out with that. And that way you can do it a little bit easier, because all the work on Learn Bob for the winter break, I'd like for you to do without a calculator. So I'm assuming everyone has got the email that I sent about that. I sent your parents email about that. All the winter break work needs to be done without a calculator, except for a few. And the few that you can use a calculator are the ones that have the percent and proportions. Those are the two assignments. I think it's just two assignments where, calculator use is appropriate, because you're going to do a lot of cross multiplying and dividing. But the decimal work, and no calculator, and try not to use a calculator on anything else, and you must show your work. When you come back from break, I'm going to be collecting your work, so I know for sure that you practice this without a calculator, because it's very important to know how to multiply and divide without a calculator. So during the winter break is a perfect time to do that, because I know you're sitting home bored, aren't you? So yeah, you're welcome. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Log in as usual, your name, and then underscore your last name and your password, heartbeat, whatever number that I gave you. If you're not sure, you need to send me an email, and I can remind you of your password. Parents, same thing. If you're not sure where your student is with the Learn Bob, this video will help you too with a few things. So it might take a few rounds with the video, because I can only record 15 minutes at a time, as you know. But since I'm going ahead and starting and doing some of these problems for you to get you guys started, I decided, hey, why not show all the types of things that Learn Bob can do, or the important things that you need to know, especially as students and parents if you're watching the video too. So when you log in with your username and password, you get this first screen. I always tell the students, just go straight down and go to the Go to Class button. And when you're at the Go to Class button, it takes you here to your class, and you have assignments tracking you, and then your assessments and your progress. All you have to worry about right now are the assignments. So here are all the assignments, and everything that has January 3rd, 2017 are the ones that I assigned specifically for you, for each student. So students might have different ones according to their strengths and their weaknesses on the assessments that you took. So first thing though is that you need to make sure that all past due assignments are in. Okay, so you see the past due, everyone should have 4 right here on past due. And if you've done these assignments, because this is what we were working on for the last 2 weeks as you were getting acquainted with the Learn Bob program. So if you're not sure if you completed or not, you can just hit the view progress. And I have myself in here as a student, and obviously I didn't complete it. So this means that I know I need to go back in and complete. So if that's the case for you, remember, you can always check the view your progress button, and it'll tell you. So typically, if you have completed this, you need to make sure that your mastery level is at least 90%, or whatever your threshold is. Some of you guys have different thresholds, okay? But you also need to make sure you do at least 5 bobs, okay? So even if you complete this at 100%, if you don't have 5 bobs, basically answered 5 questions, you're not done. So your mastery level needs to be at whatever percent it says here, and you need to do at least 5 bobs. Okay, and then when you do that, it'll graph how well you're doing. Okay, so for example, and this is good for you parents too, let me actually log in as a student. I'll just pick a student. Let's see. Oh, Layden. I'm going to pick on you, Layden, for a second. So, and I have access to everybody's account. So Layton would log in. I see Layton's already getting started on all the work, and Layton is not doing them in order, and he's going back and forth in between them, and which is perfectly fine. So Layton has started more than one assignment at a time, and that's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. So anyway, logs in, go to class, and you go to assignments. Woo, Layton, look at you. Alrighty. This is telling me that he is knocking these out left and right. Layton, I hope you're showing your work with all these, okay? So now, past due. So these are the ones that 1, 2, 3, 4, right, that we worked on the last 2 weeks of school. And then if you're not sure if you completed it at the mark where you need to complete, you hit view progress. And as you can see, Layton has mastered at 98%. He only needed a 90, and 5 bops were required, and he did 5. Okay, so that's how he knows that he is completely done. Even if it still says start learning, he knows he hit his target. So he's good with that one. Okay, and then you can look at the next one, same thing. Here you go. So how many bops are completed? 5. He did his 5, so he's good with this. The order of operation one, and here's another one. I know Layton, I can tell Layton struggled a little bit with here, but then he made his way all the way back up, and he needed a 90, he got a 96%, and it took him 10 bops to complete it, but he needed at least 5, so this tells me they had a great learning curve. Also, too, students, I don't know if you realize this, but if you go and click on one of the dots, it'll tell you exactly what the problem was, okay, that you did in order to get that mark. So even ones where you have marks that aren't so great, you can go back and take a look. Parents, you can too, if you're logging into your student's account. You can tell which ones that they struggled with, and then you see that Layton realized his mistake and went straight back up all the way and surpassed his mastery level. Good job, Layton. So these are the 4 assignments that were due. We kind of tiptoed all the way up here, but you did what you needed to do with 8 bops. Layton did what he needed to do the past 2 weeks. He understands the LearnBot program rather well. So all of his assignments are coming from the active assignments, because these are the ones, again, all the active assignments for winter break are going to say due by January 3rd, 2007. And so he can go in to these, and he knows which one he needs to complete. And like I said, Layton is also is going back and forth. Ooh, you go, Layton, look at that. He's going back and forth whichever ones, which is just about fine with me, just as long as he gets them all completed, and making sure that he shows his work on scrap paper, which I know he's going to turn into me after winter break is over. All right. So now I'm going to log back out and log myself back in to help you get through some of these problems. If you need a reminder, a refresher on how to do what are we doing? Multiplying decimals. Go down here to class. Assignments. Here you go. I'm not going to really go over the decimal adding and subtracting. If anyone needs a video on that one, just let me know. Just remember, with adding and subtracting, your decimal just needs to line up. Your decimal names just need to line up, and you basically just need to add or subtract. Careful with the borrowing. It gets a little bit more complicated when you do multiplication and division, because this is where your decimal is going to move. So I'm going to go ahead and go in. All right, start to learn it. Yay. All right, so this problem says, and we know that the problems are mostly word problems, and if you need to have these read to you, your computer, if you're 8th grade especially, and your tablet will read the problems to you, or there's probably some type of reading device on your computer that will allow you to read the problem out loud for you. If not, you can always get help and have the problem read to you. Not a problem. All right, so this first one, Jacob's truck gets 11.3 miles per gallon on the highway. If his fuel tank holds 8.3 gallons, then how far can he travel on a full tank of gas? Type in the correct answers using the problems as a reference, okay? Now, you know you're multiplying decimals, so you can pretty much guarantee that this is a multiplication problem. Just saying, right? So I've already had a couple people email me about this. By the way, remember, if you click here, this is where you can choose other or whatever one of these and send me a message, because it doesn't go to LearnBot, it goes directly to me. Okay, and I will answer it back as quickly as I possibly can. But when I answer back your question, it will go to your Dragonwork account. So you need to check your Dragonwork account for a reply. If you need to send me another email, you need to go back into the problem, because this way I get your email a lot quicker, because it makes my phone ding, and therefore I know that someone is on LearnBop and needs my help. So you would just submit your error or whatever it is that you need to say to me, blah 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 blah, and then submit. Now, however, I tend to ignore ones that say the correct answer is not there. Okay, because the correct answer is there. You need to rework the problem. Okay, I don't know if anybody just heard that. That was my phone just beeping because I just submitted myself as an error. Okay, so let's go back up to here and answer this. Miles per gallon. Alrighty, how much miles per gallon is he going to get? Jacob's truck gets 11.3 miles per gallon. So that's what it's asking for here. Amount fuel tank holds. Fuel tank holds 8.3. Don't make it harder than it is, my friends. And then distance truck can travel on 1 tank of gas. Gas again. So here you're going to multiply these two numbers, 11.3 times 8.3. Alrighty, let's get the multiplication going. $11.3 times 8.3. Here we go. When I multiply decimals, I just kind of ignore that they're there for right now and just do my regular multiplication. Now, you're not sure how to multiply these numbers without a calculator. This is the exact reason why I gave this to you for a winter break homework. So this is what you would need to do. First, multiply this way, right? That's 3 times 3, which is 9. And then you're going to multiply this way, 1 times 3, which is 3. And then go this way, another 1 times 3, which is 3. If you think about it, I like to call it anchoring your balloons, because all of these are connected to the 3, the ones I just highlighted, right? And so what I tend to do is like think about balloons, and I anchor all of my balloons to the same number. You gotta love this picture I'm drawing, don't you? Oh, that should be green. See that? And so I have a 1, 1, and a 3. So 1, 1, and a 3. And therefore I know they're all going to be multiplied by that 3 in order to get my first row of answers. Okay? So once you have your first row of answers by anchoring your balloons to the first number, you can go on to the second number. My second number is an 8. But remember, you got to place a 0 right here for place value purposes. And now my 8 is the one I'm going to anchor all the numbers to. So I will start. I'll use pencil this time so you can see the difference with this balloon. Look at that, 8 times 3, 24. And then 1 times 8 plus 2 plus 10. Don't forget, you still have this other 1 times 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. And then all you do is add them together. 9, 7, 3, and 9. Okay, so now that I've added those together, I'm now going to pay attention to my decimals. Okay, so if you remember the original problem, you have this, and it was times this. And all you have to do is count how many places are after the decimal. In 11.3, you have 1 place after the decimal. In 8.3, you have 1 place after the decimal. So that means you're going to move your decimal 2 times. Starting at the end right here, bounce over 2 times. 1, 2. So my complete answer, 93.79. That's assuming I multiply correctly. Y'all know sometimes I don't do that right. 93.79. All right, cross your fingers. Well, look at that. Oh yeah, go Miss Hart. Caw-caw! Okay, okay. You're welcome. That's right. Everyone has that same first question. If you were assigned this for LearnBop, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and do another problem, but that's going to have to wait to the next video because this one's only got 30 seconds left. So I'll see you on the next video where I'll do another problem and also try a few of the division ones. See you then.